Wait. You can't hear my sick as fuck background music. You can't hear it. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, now you can hear it. Hello everyone! Hi! Hi! I missed you guys! I was asleep for 10,000 years and I missed 2 streams because of it. Hi! And last stream, I wasn't even able to talk to you guys either because it was a live. It was the members live this week was a whole ass concert. An hour-long whole ass concert. That was the members live this week. Yeah, so guys, I've been tired. Guys, I think today we're gonna go through some of the photos I got on the Twig Ventures, and then we're gonna go back to our regularly scheduled programming. Cause Sakura! Yeah! Sakana! That's not Twog, it's more likely Zero who is... Zero wouldn't be this cute. Zero wouldn't be this adorable. Zero would be this tired. Good morning, do you have any ibuprofen? Yeah! Ask the mod for one. Mods, can we get dubstep and ibuprofen, aka a timeout for 2 minutes? Okay, I guess I should recount where I've been. Where have I come from? Where have I been? I've caved in and started to like that song. You should! Also, what have you guys been up to? Before I start talking about myself as the streamer, you know. Classic narcissist behavior. Classic narcissist streamer behavior. What have you guys been up to? What happened on Monday? What happened on Tuesday? What happened over the weekend? What happened today? What did you have for lunch? What did I have for lunch? I had chicken tenders for lunch. I almost forgot about that. Step over to the Twitch side, dubstep. I will give you a headache med. Yes! Go to the Twitch side for your ibuprofen, dubstep. Teehee, teehee. It was my mom's birthday yesterday. We had fun. Oh! I'm glad. I hope you guys have been hydrating in the summer. Saw the Canadian Grand Prix, yeah, last Sunday. Is that F1 or a different race? I'm too lazy to go to the Twitch side though. Oh my god, Dubstep hates Twitch rights. I should just take them away. Dubstep doesn't want any Twitch rights. It's okay. I can take away the Twitch rights so that the Twitch people don't get to see the live stream. F1, duh. Also, have been sorted on purple site. I forgot about that. I forgot that you have power now. I forgot that I did that. Woke her up with flowers, then we went to the spa and ate dinner at a sushi bar. What are you guys' favorite types of sushi? I have talked about this before, but I'm an unagi girl through and through. I love unagi. Unagi is eel, and it is very yummy. I don't even mind the bones. I gave you a sword on my channel, dang it. Okay, but the like, you know. That doesn't mean anything. I could just accept the sword and abuse my power on your clueless YouTube viewers. I could. I don't, but I could. Damn G also got the other sound with the swap. Huh? Other sound with the swap? What do you mean? But yeah, I like unagi. Did anyone else have anything interesting that they want to share with the class? What they did over like the last like, I don't know, 3 days that I haven't been streaming? It's kind of crazy that like it feels like I haven't streamed in forever when I used to, oh, thank you for reminding me for your lizard. I need to get your lizard. Thank you for, reminding me, yeah. Anyways, it's been wild because, like, I feel like I haven't streamed in, like, forever, but in reality, it's only been a few days. Like, I've missed 2 streams. But me missing 2 streams is, like, insane to me. Not only that, but, I used to only stream once every 2 weeks. And so the fact that I feel this way after missing 2 streams is kind of wild. A break is a break. Do you call that a break? Okay, I guess I should explain. I guess I should explain my absence. I should not do unexcused absences. I'm so sorry, chat. I should not. Okay, when did this start? It started after the Friday night stream. What did I stream Friday? I forgot already. What did I already? Thank you for reminding me. Yeah. That's the most Twig quote that you could possibly have. Can you tell my brain is scrambled? Can you tell I'm, like, actually genuinely tired? Tomodachi Live! Was it Tomodachi Live? Did I miss the Friday stream as well? Oh, no. It was the Vtuber concerts thing. Okay. So, after the Vtuber concert, how to do Vtuber concert stream, I ended up deciding that it would be a good idea to, like, go and see some people in VR chat and see a VR chat live, because I like going to this world where there are a bunch of buskers. Wait, no, that's not what happened. You wanna know what happened? I ended up, I ended up, recording a bunch of shorts. This is what happened. So, I loaded up my trackers. I was like, okay, I really need to get shorts because I had not gotten into tracking for like a while and I was gonna run out of shorts this week. And so I got into tracking and I sat down to do a random dance in tracking in VR chat, and I realized at some point that it was like 3 in the morning and I was sweaty and I was like, oh, that's fun, that's great, we love that happening to me. And so put that in the trash. So I finished recording a bunch of shorts. I end up with 50 new shorts. I got a little carried away. It got to the point where I take off my headset and I go, oh, that's daylight. But I don't decide to sleep. Oh, no. That would be not a very Twig thing to do. No. Instead of sleeping, I decided to make coffee. And was hanging out in a busking world where I then did a random ass street live karaoke to test Topaz chat for the upcoming member stream, where I was like, can I do this in VR chat? And so I had to figure out how to stream to VR chat. You made the not sleep drink after not sleep. I did indeed. That was my discretion. And so I was doing a short little busking thing for testing in Shibuya Live Street, and these people actually stopped by and watched me, which is insane because I don't perform in VR chat. Maybe I should after that. But then after I was done testing things, I log out for a little bit. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna eat like breakfast because I hadn't eaten. And then I log back in because I see Riku online. And Riku's like, hey Twig, I'm going to a dance class. And so I dance for another hour. I danced for another hour. Oh, poor Lion's hair is green, so like you can't see his hair. But I danced for another hour taking a dance lesson. Which is a blessing, because I need to take more dance lessons. It's been literal years since I've had the opportunity to take a dance lesson, which is why I didn't sleep. I went for the dance lesson, but that happened. And then after the dance lesson, I finally slept. But it was noon. And I knew that I was not going to wake up in time for stream. And so I rescheduled Monday's stream to next Monday. Okay. Cool. So that's Monday. I wake up on Tuesday at like 1 in the morning. And I try to go to bed. But I can't sleep. Wow, I wonder. Wait. Well, that's why. Yes. My last day of finals is tomorrow. Oh, good luck! Please sleep, unlike me. I did not sleep. So, the next day, I wake up, and I'm like, wow, this is cool. This is snazzy. This is great. This is Tuesday. I have a member stream today. I need to stay up for the member stream. I don't know if I'll make it to the Final Fantasy stream. And so, in order to stay up, I go to another live. And I see these idols. And they're really adorable. I loved them. I'm so sorry, Dango Yumi. You are green and you're being chroma keyed out of my screen. But they were so cute. They were adorable. And it was a MEP live. So you had a bunch of people there. Not just me. A bunch of people. You see me? In the corner there? Whoa! It was a bunch of people. Yui was not performing, but Tomo the red cat girl was performing. If you guys like when I cover Visual K, you would love Tomo. This was my 3rd time seeing Tomo. I love seeing Tomo at lives. But I feel really bad because whenever I go to these lives, right? They are fully in Japanese. And a lot of them don't speak English. Dango Yumi, the green one from earlier, actually did end up speaking English. So she was really cool. We ended up following each other on Twitter. But yeah, Tomo doesn't speak English. And so every time I see him, he's like, hey, and I'm like, hey, and then we take a photo together. It's really funny. It's our 3rd time doing this. And then you have this girl. They were really cool. This person was really talented. They kind of sounded like Ado. That's the best way I could describe it. They also danced during their set, which was crazy. But you can speak electrical lesson in Japanese. The thing is, I can understand Japanese, I can't speak it. It's really bad. So like, I can understand everything they're saying to me and everything they're saying during the MC, but I cannot speak it back to them. I cannot answer their questions back to them. And then there was this group, which was crazy because I actually saw this guy a couple of weeks ago at the same venue, performing as a soloist. But this was like a rap group, and they have their first one-man live next week, which is really exciting. Ryo wants to go with me, so I might go. And then we have this group, yeah! And the green one is Dango Yumi. She is the one that spoke English, and I love her with all of my heart. Oh god. I love her with all of my heart. And so that took like, I don't know, I think I got into the live at like 8 in the morning and then I left at like 11-12 p.m. And so I got out of tracking. Well, I wasn't in tracking during the live, but I got out of my headset. I had lunch. That's pretty much all I had time to do. I had lunch, I laid down for like 2 seconds. And then it was time to start to get ready for the live! The members live! Yeah! So, for those of you who aren't a member and didn't see, I actually did a live concert with Mochi and Riku here, which was crazy. This whole interaction was crazy because originally it was just supposed to be me, but then I thought it would be fun to make it like an actual concert and have like multiple people have sets. So originally I invited Riku and Yui. Yui was not able to come because she was a little bit busy, but Riku was able to make it, and Riku was with me like the entire time too, which was really funny. He was with me today as well, which I'll talk about. But this is the Riku who's married to Yui in the Tomodachi life, by the way. I should say that. This is what Riku looks like, the blue one. But he was not sleeping with me because he was trying to ruin his sleep schedule because he's 12 hours ahead of me, and so he was like, yeah, I can't go to lives if my sleep schedule's good. So he was trying to ruin it. The hat, the bow tie, I think bow tie, so handsome. Yes, I was very handsome. If you are a member, I highly recommend watching yesterday's VOD. It was very fun. It was a live concert. Everyone was singing live. And then on the left is Mochi! So Riku had advance notice. Riku knew about the live like a day in advance. It wasn't very much notice, but it was advance notice. I get into the live house to start preparing for the live and start setting up the venue and stuff, and I see Mochi online and I know that she performs, and I literally invite her an hour before the stream. And you know what she does? She's like, oh, my voice has recovered from being sick. Okay. Okay, I'll just do this. Like... And so she also sang with us. And it was a lot of fun, and there were a lot of photos. Let me see if I can get the photos from that live, because Riku also takes a lot of photos. Great photographer, that one. Look at how cute we are. Look at it. Oh, brother. Brother, look at us! Brother! I was dying! Also, my foot tracker died in the middle of it. It was great. I love it when that happens. Oh my god, look at Mochi! Look at how cute she is! And then Riku, while I was live... Oh yeah, they were drinking, which was fun. That was a great thing to have happen. But yeah, the live was great. Shouldn't she rest her voice after being sick? She had already rested her voice. She no longer sounded like death. She kind of was still, resting it, but she chose, like, low songs so that she wouldn't stress herself. And then, so today, I post those photos. And Raya is like, well, first of all, you should be proud of me, because after that live, I pretty much stayed up until like 7, which would normally be the time that I would stream Final Fantasy XIV. But the reason why I stayed up, why I canceled, even though I stayed it up, is because I knew I would not be able to go through a stream where I'm reading when I had not slept that long. And so I made myself stay up until 7, and then I slept until 8 in the morning today. And so I'm finally back on a normal sleep schedule. But it took a whole adventure. And then Raya sees all of the photos and videos from yesterday. in Twitter and messages me like, hey, I wish I could join you on some of this stuff. And she DMs me on Discord and she's like, hey, we should hang out. And I'm like, bet. And so she's been having GPU issues and she won't be able to use her PC until Tuesday. So she logged on to VR chat via Steam Deck. Yeah, Steam Deck. I always get it mixed up with Stream Deck. But she logged on via Steam Deck. And when she did that, we went to a busking world and she sung for a little bit and I cheered her on. And then I invited a friend that I saw was online, and from there, everyone joined! My entire friends group joined! So Mochi was there, Riku was there, Raya was using this model, which was so cute. When you pet her ears, like, there were flowers that would spawn. This turned out to be Yusai's friend. This is Keys, which is a mutual friend between Riku and I, who takes photos at VR chat concerts, and I was really shy. And this is Ver, who hangs out a lot in this world. And so, yeah, that was today. So, Twig has been having a lot of adventures, and these adventures have actually pumped me up. I have been dancing for hours. Literal hours every day. For like 3 days. But yeah. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the Twig VTuber VR chat adventures? I don't normally spend that much time in VR chat, to be honest with you. But there was so much happening this weekend that I ended up just staying up. Oh, Twig, you know many things. Do you know things of chemistry? Like cool facts. I know that in middle school, I used to make the joke of sodium, 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 Batman. Chemistry. I mean, bismuth is chemistry. If you think bismuth is cool, you might want to look into like crystal structures and stuff like that. Actually, I watched a video recently about like what gemstones are the best for jewelry. Based off of not just like hardness, but durability, because those are two different things. Hardness is like how easily it's scratched. And it was then that I learned why jewelers really like sapphires, because they're like more affordable as long as they're not rubies, and also extremely durable. And I also realized that like there's this garnet ring. Then why do we use emeralds? Because we don't know any better. Because we don't know any better. Emeralds are actually like really easy to crack. They're not a very good stone to have. If you want an emerald, you should go for a sapphire. A sapphire doesn't have to be blue. It's any color other than red, pretty much. There's some other good emerald picks, but most of them are pretty expensive. Why do we use diamonds? Oh, well, there was this guy. Yeah, diamonds are a complicated history, and you still have to, like, if you want a natural diamond, a quote-unquote natural diamond, you have to still be, like, really cautious about where you source that. Really fun to get so involved in something that you lose track of that much time, even when not comfy. In this case, dancing and in trackers. 07 missed sleep though. Yeah, it was really weird. Being in VR chat is legitimately weird when you're in a headset. And I didn't know about this until I started dancing in VR chat. But something that I found is the amount of dissociation that you get from reality in VR chat is actually kind of concerning. It's actually kind of crazy. Because like, there isn't a day-night cycle. You can choose a bright world or you can choose a dark world. And yes, there are clocks around. But even then, your body is not giving you the signals of like, oh, it's daytime, oh, it's nighttime. And even then, it is so strange. It's legitimately so strange. So I've been dancing every day for hours in VR chat. And when I wake up, I am sore. But as soon as I get into tracking and as soon as I get into the headset, for some reason, the signals just don't reach me. And so I can like really easily overdo it. It's really concerning. I am concerned for the people who have like hundreds of hours in VR chat. Especially in the Ian community. So I do most of my stuff in the JP community, right? Part of the reason why is because the Ian community. Oh, I forgot I also did a convention at Animazement on Saturday. Yeah, so after the dance practice, I went to a con. Thank you to those of you who might be here from Animazement. That was great. I met Homestucks in a meet and greet. It was crazy. But yeah, the English VR chat community is something that I don't fuck with, really. And so I've been forcing myself to use Japanese and understand Japanese and talk to Japanese people. Because they're just like I feel like there is a generational, like, national divide in VR chat when you consider, like, there are people who speak English and only know of the English clubbing scene with the drinking and the ERP and the furries and all of that shit. And every time that I've joined an American lobby, before I had trackers and a headset, so before I was even immersed, I felt unsafe. Every time it would be like, oh, Twig opens her mouth and says something, 10,000 men trying to hit on Twig. And so I said, no, do not the Twig. And I got out of VR chat. I did not like VR chat until I found VR chat events through Yui. Until I got a headset, because Yui wanted me to collab with her in her events. And I heard that she was having a live, and I went to that first live. It is so different in headset versus in desktop. It's actually, like, insane how different it is. But yeah. VR chat is concerning. I think it's a net negative for anyone who's not, like, a creator. I think, like, there's definitely people who use it for, like, okay reasons. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to, like, go to these concerts and stuff. Like, I will never fault people for going to see their Oshis. But at the same time, bro, at the same time, it's actually crazy because, like, I don't know how many of you guys have seen Cosmic Princess Kaguya, but sometimes it reminds me of that. I have no sword, I've been lied to. I swear to God. I swear to God I gave you a sword. There, get modded. I swear to God. I swear to God you were a mod. Shaking my head, Dubstep. Who did I mod instead of you? I don't know. But yeah. You can't stop the Homestuck. Bro, I want to do a Homestuck reading stream, but I couldn't get through the entirety of Homestuck. I feel like that would be a subathon thing. Of like, oh yeah, this stream, Twig reads Homestuck for 8 hours. Because that's legitimately how long it would take for me to read Homestuck on stream. It would be word scrumble. Word scribbly. word scrapple. What am I even saying? I feel like what's coming out of my mouth right now is word scrabble. I feel like what's coming out of my mouth right now is not coherent in the slightest. Oh, also, I feel really bad for the people that, were typing in chat during the member stream. I am so sorry to you guys. I could not see it. I had chat on my hand, but for some reason it didn't refresh. So I wasn't able to see it. I've seen so much Homestuck second sources and I still don't have the slightest clue on what the plot is. Do I summarize Homestuck right now? It's okay. The first thing you need to know about Homestuck, right, is that it was created on a forum made by Andrew Hussey where the audience dictated what happened next. It was kind of like a choose your own adventure at the beginning. So the entirety of Act 1 is pretty much nonsense. But to explain it in short terms, there are 4 kids who receive a beta of a video game that ultimately ends the world. And from that, their dimensions split and they die. And they have to work with the trolls to try and, like, put back together the fabric of reality. And then there's, like, ancestors and dancestors. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. A lot of Homestuck is, like, 2014 humor. This is the first time I've heard anything about the Homestuck beyond it existing. Yes. And then there were a lot of, like, you had to be there moments with Homestuck as well. That contributes a lot to people's, like, nostalgia of it. So, one of the biggest things about Homestuck is... It's meow. I feel like I finally got the edge pieces to a puzzle. Yes. And then okay, so like there's a couple of things with Homestucks. There's an interlude between acts, and those interludes are references to Andrew Hussey's other comics. And it's like the Midnight Crew, and it's like this gangster thing. There's a few different like enemies as well. That like... It gets so convoluted. This is a story that went across multiple years. Multiple years in real time. It was kind of like back in the day, it was kind of like following Game of Thrones or something like super story oriented like that. But some of the you had to be there moments were kind of like every time there was an update, right, everyone would go crazy. Especially during my time reading it, because I was not there from the beginning. I got into Homestuck when my classmates were into Homestuck, and I wanted to know what the fuck they were talking about, and so I read Homestuck. And this was happening during one of the pauses. So, Andrew Hussey would occasionally get burnt out, or be working on one of the chapters for a really long time because there were flash animations. There were fully rendered flash animations with original music by Toby Fox, which I feel like people forget. You know that da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da from Undertale? That first appeared in Homestuck. That was in Homestuck first. When Undertale came out, I thought people were making Homestuck references. I want you to know that. But, Homestuck had... Let me see. I want to remember the name of the pauses. Okay, so there's a whole pause timeline. Yes. Oh, and then there's the fucking Kickstarter bullshit. Yeah. So I started during Omega Pause. Megalovania is a Homestuck reference. Yes. I wonder if I can find it. I should pull up Homestuck music. Okay. Homestuck OST. Toby Fox. Okay, Toby Fox's Homestuck music. Let's see. Ooh. No ads. Never ads. I should really get premium. Okay, so this is old Toby Fox music. From Homestuck. Before Undertale came out. It's crazy. Toby Fox always fucking slapped. Toby Fox wrote No. Andrew Hussey wrote Homestuck. My history teach got YouTube Premium before my Oshi sounds about right. This is another Toby Fox. Cute. This is another Toby Fox. Another fight thing. Toby Fox music is crazy. There's one called Happy Cat Song. I love the meow in the background. I wonder if I can find the like da 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 da. I believe it's like one of the Flash animations that it has that. Cat's happy? Yeah. Oh, is it the Lordling? No. This is also Toby Fox. But yeah. I don't know where it is. I don't know what it's formally called. But okay. There's a whole website for the Homestuck timeline. There's a whole website for it. Okay, maybe we just go on this journey. Maybe this is what we do. This stream doesn't have like a theme to it, so we can just do this. Give me a second. Let me... Homestuck timeline. Let me crop you, and then crop you, and then full screen you. I want to educate my viewers in my culture. Okay. So you can see there were many acts. And then you have Hive Swap that was crazy. So Homestuck started in 2009. Oh my god, I feel old. No wonder I was not there for the beginning of Homestuck. No wonder. I would be concerned if I was there for the beginning of Homestuck. Give me a second. Give me a second to like load up some BGM and then we'll get into this. We will get into this. Ha 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 ha. Eehee ha 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 ha. Okay. Hi everyone. Welcome Welcome to Homestuck. Andrew Hussey quietly released the very first version of Homestuck, what fans now call the Homestuck beta. The short-lived prototype only lasted a handful of pages, but it set the stage for what to come. In this early draft, John Egbert was depicted as a 10-year-old boy, which this is John Egbert. This is one of the characters. Celebrating his birthday. Yes, so John Egbert's birthday is 4/13. If you ever hear a Homestuck person say, oh, 4/13, that's because, the actual Homestuck beginning was posted on 4/13 of 2009. And that is John Egbert's birthday because it's like, today is your birthday. Your name is John Egbert. You have this complicated ass thing. So that's really fun. That's awesome. And so every year on 4/13, it's like 4/20, but for Homestuck fans. And then we got, oh, Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff! Yeah, this was a deep cut. You don't need to know that much. And then Music Team. They were scouted through email or the MSPA forum suggestions, which the MSPA forums is where Homestuck was posted. So that's crazy because I didn't know that Homestuck actually started without music. So you have Act 1 and then Act 2. Oh, it summarizes it! Okay. Homestuck kicks off with John Egbert, a perfectly average teenager whose interests include bad movies, specifically Nicolas Cage movies, pranks, and not so secretly hating birthday cakes. He's been waiting for his copy of SPVWVKY, the hot new computer game that mysteriously didn't arrive until 3 days late, and most of Act 1 is him fumbling towards actually playing it. Along the way, we're introduced to his bizarre inventory system, which actually fucking sucks, if you ask me. The captcha logs and fetch modi, which basically turn carrying yourself into slapstick. Basically like, oh yeah, I need to pick up these arms, so I'm gonna shoot a cake out of my ass type shit. His father's horrifying obsession with Harlequins and his friends on Pester Chum, which is like their version of Discord. Ironic cool kid Dave Strider, goth therapist in training Rose Lalonde, also lesbian, I love her, and cheerful Enigma Jade, I also love her. Things quickly spiral once Rose connects as John's server player in SPVWVKY. Not to future self to come back and wiki quote that. What? Huh? Question mark? Question mark? She discovers the game lets her redecorate John's house from afar, deploy giant machines into it, and accidentally fling his plumbing into the yard. Yes, he flings his toilet into the yard. John, meanwhile, learns to swing hammers, fight his dad, and prototype his Colonel Sprite, which doesn't make sense. Half of Homestuck is a bunch of just, like, made-up words, with the remains of a Harlequin doll, which feels like the kind of decision that won't come back to haunt anyone at all. Yeah, not at all. There's no foreshadowing there in the slightest. His what? Yeah, see, Homestuck. Okay, there's a big debate among Homestuck people who are like, hey, should you skip Act 1? Because for a lot of it just A, doesn't make sense. It's a lot of made up words. And then B, not a lot happens. But I honestly think that you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Anyways, basically, he vanishes into the game world known as the Medium and leaves his entire neighborhood in fiery ruins. Yeah! Let's go to Act 2! Why is he looking at me? What? You don't like John? You don't like John? That's John.
Hey,
John's house has been yanked into the Medium and while he stumbles through a wreckage, a new figure appears, the wayward vagabond, a strange exile from the future, but not too far in the future. He insists on bossing John around via command prompts, which goes about as well as you would expect until he discovers the joys of lowercase letters in canned food. Can you tell how this has influenced Twig lore in a way? Appreciate the convenient island for the car. Right. So this is still in 2009. This summary does not make this series make more sense. Well, this is how it is. This is what we were reading back in the day. Meanwhile, Rose sets herself up as John's ever-patient Spurb coach, only to watch him accidentally prototype his sprite with his grandmother's ashes, who also happens to have a striking resemblance of Betty Crocker. Creating the ever-baking Nana sprite, Rose keeps trying to guide John through the game's mechanic, using the punch Deathnicks, which... basically, she tries to, like, have him hole punch cards. Yeah. Experimenting with captcha codes. He's trying to spawn items. And starting the great Build Your House Towards Skya project. I don't know what the fuck that means, but her connection keeps frying thanks to the literal forest fire consuming her neighborhood. Between blackouts, she manages to squash monsters with pianos, safes, bathtubs, leaving John's house looking less like a fortress and more like Swiss cheese everywhere. Dave Strider is introduced properly. His bro's apartment is a death trap of irony, puppets, and swords. Dave has to fight through it in search of his copy of Spurb. Stray Cow and Bro himself, which Bro is Dave's guardian, get him into the way, leading to the rooftop standoffs, while Dave tries to keep his cool and his shades intact. Yes, Dave always wears shades. Always. And so does his bro. Back in the medium, John battles imps, climbs the Ecta ladder, and creates his first alchemized weapon, the Pogo-powered Pogo Hammer. Appropriate reaction! Which immediately flings him sky high. He begins to glimpse that Spurb is more than just monster whacking. It's tied to meteors, to mysterious visions of Jade, and to Skya itself. Meanwhile, the wayward vagabond builds an entire can town built out of garbage, discovers an ancient base full of strange machines, and accidentally launches it into the sky, setting the stage for more bullshit. By the act's end, Rose flees into her mother's underground mausoleum lab, John leveling up into a proper hero, Dave dueling his bro on the roof, and the vagabond has made his way to the Frog Temple. The curtain falls with the game in full swing, the stakes rising, and the sense that everyone is dancing to music none of them can quite hear yet. What even is Spurb? That is the game that is going to end the world. That is the game that caused the meteors and caused, you know, this situation right here, for asking questions, for being understandably confused. No. It's fine. There's more than one. Yes. No. Wait. What? Who the fuck is Dave? Dave is one of the kids. There's 4 kids. There's John, this is Jade, and then there's Dave, and then there's Rose. This is Jade. Okay? Act 3 finally begins. Jade Harley into the story. She lives on a remote island with her omnipotent space dog, Beck. Which, by the way, I feel like chat would really like Jade. I feel like if you like me, and my quirkiness, you would really like Jade. We started the convo with, it's about a game that can end the world. Yes, this Spurb is the game that ends the world. Oh my god, it's Twig. Is this Homestuck? Yes, I'm trying to explain Homestuck to them. How am I supposed to know there's multiple? What do you mean, multiple kids? Yes, there are multiple kids. Beck spends her time playing the bass and occasionally dreams on the golden moon of Prospit, where she glimpses into the future, whether she likes it or not. As the others... yeah. The kids and every other character is either a Prospit dreamer or a Durst dreamer. Durst dreamers have, like, a moon, and they're, like, purpley, and they're more like grounded, more pessimistic characters, and then Prospect characters are really bright, sunny, optimistic characters. As the others scramble to survive meteors and Spurb tutorials, Jade is revealed to be both cheerfully scatterbrained and suspiciously well prepared, with packages and letters showing up at just the right times. Elsewhere, things are heating up. Dave continues his absurd rooftop duel with his bro, full of swords, crows, and puppet-based trauma. He eventually gets his Spurb discs, though not without having his sword and his dignity snapped in half. Rose, meanwhile, delves into the Skynet laboratory, discovering ominous records of Meteor Strike's apatirifer tech. See, I can't even pronounce some of these things. And her mysteriously teleporting dead cat, Jaspers. With her own meteor on the way, she barely escapes before the lab goes up in flames. Is this what Genshin combos sound to, like, non-Genshin people? Yes. But also, like, this is 10 times the made-up words. They have a moon, like, in the sky or around them. No, they dream on the moon. So when they dream, they're, like, lucid dreaming in a moon-based dimension. John is busy in the medium experimenting with alchemy and churning out increasingly ridiculous weapons and gadgets, from the pogo hammer to the wrinkle fucker. With help from Nana Sprite and Rose, he tears through ogres, racks up absurd amounts of grist, and climbs the ectoladder until he finally reaches the first gate. Along the way, he discovers unsettling truths about his father, Betty Crocker, and the fact that his movie posters have been mysteriously defaced for months without him noticing. Betty Crocker is a, like, S-tier level villain in this as well. Puts head into hands. Meanwhile, the wandering exiles, the wayward vagabond, peregrine mendicant, and the aimless renegade circle the frog temple in a tangle of alliances, mailboxes, and gunfire. They trade gifts, build canned food societies, and accidentally meddle with time in ways that ensure Jade gets her presents from John years earlier than she should. Wait, his father, Betty Crocker, and his mom have a resemblance to Betty Crocker. What is happening? No. His grandmother has a resemblance to Betty Crocker. His dad loves baking. Behind the curtain, the sinister Jack Noir lurks, already showing signs that his role in all of this is going to be more than just paperwork. As the act closes, Rose finally begins her Spurb session with Dave as her server. Her Colonel Sprite gets double prototyped with her beloved cat and a disturbingly eldritch doll. So, this Colonel Sprite that they keep mentioning is like their guardian, almost. It's like an NPC that follows them around as like their buddy, you know? So like, Rose has a cat eldritch deity, John has a Harlequin Betty Crocker grandma, and we don't know about Jade and Dave yet. Now you can see where I pull inspiration from, like, the randomness of my fucking lore. What in the personality quiz? Oh, there's so many personality quizzes to be had. Just wait. Okay, she manages to seize her Cruxite bottle just before her house is warped into the medium, moments ahead of annihilation. So she is now in the game, finally. At the same time, Jade descends into the Frog Temple, uncovering a blooming spurb construct containing Dave's game discs. And John ascends through the first gate, his house perched on a jagged mountain above his new world. And then we have an intermission. So this is what I was talking about, where they would like put you on a cliffhanger and then he would be like, Midnight Crew time. So Midnight Crew was a mafia side story comic by Andrew Hussey. Don't worry, Speed, soon you will have more. But yes, so we were in intermission, and then we got to Act 4. We're now in 2010, by the way. A year has passed. We have, like, MS Paint Adventures. This is when it's there. Pester Chum, actually starts existing, in, 2010. Which is really cool because I think Pester Chum is still running. But it's like, okay, it's their version of Discord. And so, like, it's a chat room, but it's, like, formatted the way that they have it in the comic. And then you have What Pumpkin, which is the Homestuck, like, official merch site. Act 4! We are in February of 2010 to, like, September of 2010. Opens with John exploring the land of the wind and shade while aimless renegade stops a sentry worm from shooting the Frog Temple. He surrenders when the peregrine mendicant recognizes Beck's face on the wayward vagabond's pumpkin. Meanwhile, Jade retrieves Dave's spurb copies from the Frog Temple and begins experimenting with her fetch modus, eventually settling on the Pictionary. Jade warps herself back into the bedroom, keeping the betas, her lunch top, and some ghost images. She installs the spurb copies and begins coordinating the kids' game. John in his server, Dave is connected as a client. And a meteor is about to hit Dave's house. Rose is MIA for now. Carcinogenesis contacts John. So this is the beginning of the trolls. Carcinogenesis contacts John, hinting at future friendship, while the exiles bond over wayward vagabond preserves. Because bro is obsessed with cans. And Tab. Oh my god, Tab Soda existed! Sharpie bath time? No, that would be like way later. Okay! Let's see. Dave's session begins, and amid falling meteors, Jade arranges his house with the alchemitter, Cruxdator, totem lathe, and other equipment. Rose's house is in the land of light, and Rain is explored as she fights chalk imps and searches for her sprite. The wayward vagabond expands Cantown into Exile Town, and AR, Aimless Renegade, preps the exiles' base's defenses. Can't believe John Homestuck invented internet trolls. Yeah. Hopefully the singing kind? Not quite. As you can see, there's a load of bullshit. As you can see, though, this is the reason why a lot of people are like, oh, should people skip to Act 5? Because, like, there's so much happening, but nothing is happening at the same time. Dave starts alchemizing equipment with the alchemitter and the punch card shunt. He makes a Cruxite egg, but the Crow sprite, which is his version of a Colonel sprite, he got a crow with a katana, and that's his sprite. steals it and nests it atop the radio tower. Using Grist Torrent, he calculates resource distribution with the other kids. Jade continues upgrading the alchemimeter with various modules for holopads, totem laths, and size modifiers, while Rose battles imps and ogres with her sprites. Time shenanigans continues as Gallows Collaborator and other trolls begin subtly guiding the kids. Past and future versions of Dave collaborate to prevent John from rushing to the 7th gate, creating Dave's sprite, a duplicate who can assist without the annoying laughter of Cal Sprite. John's rocket pack is upgraded with codes sent by GC, that troll from earlier, and he blasts off, eventually avoiding disaster. John explores Rose's room, recovers Casey and the reconstructed bunny, and uses Rose's alchemimeter to make Fear No Anvil, which helps him defeat liches in the ruins. The transportalizer sends him to a lab on a meteor in the Veil, where he discovers devices for generating soldiers and agents from chess pieces and a new outfit. This feels like an extension of, like, Imagine Playground games, and people would, like, talk about lore of it for hours to pass the time. That is pretty much what Homestuck was back in the day. So there was this forum where, like, this was posted on a forum, and then, every chapter would be posted, and then people would be in the forums talking about what should happen in the next chapter. And then Hussey would implement some of them. In the early days. In like Act 1 through like 5. Yeah. Okay, the Paradox clones plot threads through here. John witnesses the meteoric past of his parents and guardians, seeing the events of Jade, Dave, and Rose's birthdays, and learns that the sludge clones of Nana, Grandma, Bro, and Mom create the kids themselves. CG explains to John that he is the designated player whose action brings the other kids into existence. Fun! A self-fulfilling time loop. Meanwhile, Rose, Dave, and Jade continue building, battling, and alchemizing. Rose awakens in her dream self on Durst. Remember when I was talking about how there's like a golden moon and a purple moon that they dream on because they're lucid dreamers? Yeah, so Rose is a Durst dreamer. She's a little bit more pessimistic. Dave's sprite communicates with her, and Dream Jade interacts with the Exiles equipment in Prospit. Trolls including GC, AT, and GA, which they haven't touched on it, but all of the trolls have typing quirks. So I think there's some people, like, I think Terezi types with numbers. I forget what Carcats is. I think Carcats types in all caps. They all have typing quirks. And so if you were like a middle schooler in this time and you read Homestuck, like I had friends who adopted typing quirks for themselves because of the trolls. It's really funny. Continue cryptic interactions revealing elements of the dream worlds and timelines. Dave Alchemy montage includes weapons, puppets, and devices like the Shibishfire and various tucks and soul suitrangs, which is like a boomerang, but it's like a tux suit. He also copies Rose's journals, uncovering DNA-encoded messages. M equals G, E equals C, O equals A, W equals T. I don't know what that means. Rose, meanwhile, is guided by Jasper Sprite and Jade, realizing her role as the Seer of Light. Oh. No. And not Act 5, not Act 5, not Act 5. Oh god, okay. How do you encode DNA? I don't know. The letters equal to the building bonds is DNA. Okay. Well, DNA-based messages, I suppose. John Guided by carcinogenesis, navigates the meteoric obstacles and interacts with the Paradox clones and the Veil, while Grandpa, Mom, and Dave maneuver through the Veil aboard the ship. Jack Noir begins his unstoppable rampage across Skya, sparing few when the reckoning starts, sending meteors carrying the Paradox babies and their items towards the battlefield. In a really cool Con Air style homage, John distributes the bunny to Rose and the modified bunny to Jade, embracing the Paradox babies. Skya intervenes to stop the meteoric chaos, sending meteors back in time. Rose, Dave, and Jade fight and build their worlds as meteors crash, accumulating in Dream Jade sacrificing herself to save Dream John. So yeah, there's a lot of like weird time bullshit, and they call it like Hive Bint. Timed out by Gotcha for asking questions. Yeah, it's so sad. The epilogue opens with Rose finishing her game FAQs walkthrough, because this entire time she's been logging her experience as a like game FAQ. Hey, you bought Spurb, it's going to end your world, here's how to survive. She's been logging that. She concludes that the trolls and gods are correct, the kids are destined to fail Spurb. Rejecting the game's prescribed path, she chooses to explore the land of light and rain, seeking answers to avert their inevitable fate. She seals her walkthrough in a server located within the furthest ring, allowing the gods there to transmit her findings to the other players across the cosmos. Time fast forwards to the Wearway villain, now exiled on Earth. He discovers Dream John, a cursed mascot doll, and tears it apart. He also finds Dream John's blanket, fashioning it to the iconic robes he will wear in the future. Again, how many acts are there? Act 6, Act 6, I5. A lot. Meanwhile, Dream John is now fully awake, finds his Dream Jade's body on the battlefield. He removes the White Queen's ring from her finger and glimpses a vision of his immediate future and heads towards a burning castle. I understand now why no one tries to talk about the Homestuck's plot. Act 6 has sub-acts. Yup. So does Act 5. You have Act 5, Act 1, and Act 5, Act 2. What the hell is the White Queen ring? That would be Dream Jade. Dream Jade had the title of White Queen because, of the chess pieces from earlier. Epilogue 2! Jack flees from John and the cyborg bunny just as Grandpa's battleship lands. John, Dad, and Rose's mom disembark while Grandpa retrieves and stores Dream Jade's body. The White Queen, abandoning her subjects, transforms into the windswept Questant. She locates the eggy-looking base, split into two halves, and uses a spirograph-shaped key to recombine it. The Questant joins the other exiles in the future. The wayward vagabond retrieves the Queen's ring, hidden beneath the bandages, holding the trusty knife together. Serenity exclaims in surprise, "Oh my!" Dream John witnesses the ring suspended in a Skyan cloud. Another cloud reveals the remains of Jade's house. Inside we see the stuffed bodies of both Dream Jade and Haley, and we glimpse Jack's fourth wall. If this device were activated, it would display another recap from Andrew. Hussy. Fuck, we don't even get unit slides. Gotta study. This is just like the intro lesson. Yeah. Yeah. And then there's like fan reactions. But. So then, Hyphen begins. Hyphen is a game adventure that takes up the entirety of Act 5, Act 1. It revolves around the Trolls session of Spurb, which is named Scrub, and mirrors the opening of Homestuck. But it's interactive. It was interactive in the day of Flash. So, like, you would be able to, like, physically move the characters around and explore the map. The purpose of Hivebent was to introduce and flesh out the 12 trolls, as well as supply some more information on the purpose and mechanics of the game. The majority of Hivebent takes place near the beginning of the troll session, both on the planet Alterna, which is the trolls planet, and during the trolls' initial entry to the medium. Beyond this, however, the story is not told in chronological order, which makes it even more confusing because there's so much time stuff going on. Woo! Day of Splash. Yeah, Day of Splash. Let me see if I can get, like, it was a Flash game and Day of Flash. Yeah, it was Flash. And a webcomic evolved beyond using Flash for animations. Holy, yeah. It was crazy. It was genuinely insane. And then there was a game. Oh, should I? Oh, it doesn't It doesn't introduce any of the trolls. That's so sad. Okay, I gotta introduce you the trolls because you will be assigned a troll and a troll blood color because they have troll blood color racism. Based off of hierarchy, and each one has a zodiac sign, so you can have a troll based off of your zodiac sign, and you can also learn about the trolls in the Homestuck thing, in the Homestuck photo I have with the Homestucks. Homestuck trolls. Ahaha. There should be 12 of them. Okay, if I open this image in new tab, and then I put you over here for now. E. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Hi! Welcome to These Are the Homestuck Trolls. You can find their zodiac signs on their shirts. So, oh god, do I remember this guy's names?
Lizard.
I only know a few of these people's names. It's been a while. But this is the Taurus guy. He's kind of boring. He doesn't show up a lot. He also fucking dies. Well, like half of these people die. But he doesn't show up a lot. He's brown. And then you have her. She's a mermaid. I believe she's Pisces. I forget what his name is. What her name is. But yeah, she likes fishing and she has a trident. Then you have Aquarius here. I forget his name, but he's a loser. He's technically a royal because of his like purple blood, but he's like the loser of all losers. This is Vriska and she did nothing wrong. This is Terezi, and why you sound so disappointed? Because he's pathetic. This is Terezi, and she also does nothing wrong. These two kill each other multiple times. I think her name is, I forget, but she's a fashionista. She's also a Virgo, and she also ends up dating Rose. This is the Aries lady. She becomes a badass person who, becomes a robot. This is Equius. Somehow I know his name out of all of the fucking people here. And he's the Sagittarius. He also fucking dies. And he's, of course, like, look at him. He's a horseman. And then you have Nepeta. She's the Leo. She is, cat girl. I join and Twig is immediately being mean to someone. I'm so very surprised. That's crazy. These two kill each other multiple times, but they both did nothing wrong. Yes. In reality, Vriska does everything wrong, but it's a big joke in the community that Vriska did nothing wrong. It's a huge joke in the community that Vriska is like, she did everything so incredibly justified. This is Nepeta though, she's the cutest one of all of them and I love her and she's my soul animal. I forget this fucker's name. He's a coder. He's a tech bro. That's pretty much all you need to know about him. This is Gamzee. He's mentally unwell clown. He's Capricorn. He really likes Fago. And he murders like half of these people for the shiggles. And then this is Carcat. And he's tsundere as shit, so Zero would like him. Anyways, that's what you need to know about the trolls, essentially. Okay! The act opens... Oh, yes. The act opens on Alterna, introducing the trolls in their scrub session in Hive Bend. Carcat Vantus examines his respite book, capsulizes his sickle with the encryption modus, and picks up a programming manual, a handbook for the immediately deceased. Hello, Zero. He is soon contacted by Gamzee, whose chaotic miracle fetch modus and unicycle antics are introduced. Teresi Pyrope, leader of the red team, begins LARPing a court drama and recruits trolls, sparking conflicts with Carcat. Solux, this is Solix, and Aradia, this is Aradia, manipulate technology and psychic powers, unleashing destruction that kills several Luci and introduces the Mobius double retrocrowned virus, which merges the trolls team's efforts. Help? I agree. Help. I need help. Hello, Kyrie, not Kyrie. We're talking about Homestuck. Good luck understanding any of this. A lot of it is made up words. Other trolls are introduced. Tavros. That's this guy. Nepeta, I already told you about Nepeta. Vriska, I already told you about Vriska. Equius, I already told you about Equius. Kanaya, this is Kanaya. Eridin, this is Eridin. Feferi, this is Feferi. Now you have people for their names. Each with unique abilities, strifes, specubi, and Luci interactions. Quadrant relationships, alliances, and rivalries shape the troll's actions. Oh god, do I need to explain the quadrants? Do I? Okay. Guys, imagine an alignment chart. Imagine a quadrant chart, you know? Where, like, people are, like, conservative versus leftist, and then, like, authoritarian versus the other one, anarchist. Yes. Imagine that, but for relationships. So like the trolls sort their relationships into, which you can imagine shipping culture with this bullshit, but they sort their relationships into like best friends, enemies that are so big enemies that they like are lovers but they hate each other, if that makes sense. Like they're lovers physically, but in every other way they would murder each other. And then you have like lovers, and then you have enemies. So it's like a quadrant system. I think there's also like, with the friends one, there's one where like you have to specifically have like 3 people in the relationship. It's like weird. I saw the stars and wished to reach their light, but in the end, all that ever was accomplished was the suffocating in the void of space. Anyways, alliances and rivalries shape the trolls' actions, with Vriska causing chaos and Aradia manipulating timelines. The trolls engage in scrub gameplay across the medium, using treasure, combat, and alchemy to confront threats and test their readiness for the ultimate reward. Doc Scratch punishes Vriska, exploding her eye and severing her arm. So that's why that cosplayer had, like, one of the eyes, like, with the jewel. Yeah. Because her eye literally gets fucking exploded. And I thought in the end, it doesn't even matter. While Vriska euthanizes her dying Lucis, Aradia and her duplicates coordinate across timelines to prevent session failure. Despite tactical victories, the session is interrupted by the rift caused by the kids' actions. Ultimately, the Trolls session creates the Earth universe, fulfilling the game's purpose, though they cannot claim their reward. The curtains close on Act 5, Act 1, and we have now met the Trolls. So, then we have, like, March Eridan, and Vast Error starting, another Toby Radiation Fox. Okay. Carcat observes John's life from infancy to present, noting key moments, piano lessons, pogo ride, mishaps, family fun, and becomes John's unrequited chemesis. This means it's like the relationship where they like hate each other, but like also want to fuck. Teresi joins in, creating chaotic memo exchange. Oh, wait. Carcat attempts to troll John, but John already knows about him due to past future interactions. Teresi joins in, creating chaotic memo exchanges across timelines. Vriska tries to manipulate Sleeping Dream John, but succeeds only after some effort redirecting him towards helping Jade enter the medium. Jade finally enters her planet safely with Beck's help, while Skya, Lois, and other lands face various disasters. John deals with imps, salamanders, and chaotic sperm mechanics in his house. Rose begins dismantling the game, including the Turtle Fortress, while Kanaya interacts with her through Trollian, realizing Rose is unusually capable. Vriska outfits John for future events and ensures he's ready to help Jade. So yeah, there's a lot. And then, so we have the 48-day hiatus. This was when I started reading Homestuck. So this happened in around, so the hiatus was from, yeah, it was 2011. Yeah. So I started reading Homestuck in 2011 during... Oh wait, no. It wasn't E0A5 hiatus. It was... Was it? Oh, I was in Megapause. Yeah, I actually started reading in 2013. But, yeah, Cascade is a crazy one. So whenever it was a Flash animation, there would be S and then but like Cascade, I feel like we should just watch Cascade. I feel like I should just show you Cascade, because you have like some context on some of it. Let me see. Let me see if I can show you Cascade. Ah, 4K. Let me... Okay. Okay, I got this. I got this. I can put this on screen. Guys, it's movie time. When you started reading, did you start from the beginning? Yeah, so the friends that I read Homestuck for peer pressured me into reading the entire thing. They would not let me start from anything but the beginning. I said reading, but I guess in game 2, most of it is reading. This is Cascade. This was the first, like, really big thing, and this is also how you would see it on the website. Let me see if I can actually... With music by Toby Fox, by the way. So that's John. And then you have, like, this is Jade. Oh, Twig lore video vibe. You see how I've been influenced by this shit. It was so cool that they coded this. This was so cool back in the day, bro. The fact that the website would do this. Oh yeah, the universe is a frog, by the way. Oh, those are the vagabonds. You remember, like, Cantown? And, like, the exiles? Those are those guys. The universe is a frog Bible, but you can't say shit like that casually. And so, like, a bunch of time stuff is being rewritten. Jade is being mourned. And then the fucking meteor. And then you see a time lapse of, like, what's been happening. What's happening? A bunch of time shit. And oh shit. What the fuck is that? Is the guy out for vengeance? Twig, what is that thumbnail? Why you gotta call me out like that? I mean, what the we're talking about Homestuck, so I had to be a little bit silly, you know? Oh, of course there's murder. This is how plot usually works in the in-game, not the first 20% of media. That's the mayor! That's the guy obsessed with cans! And that's the White Queen's ring as well. He got it somehow. There's the trolls. And that's Durst. That's their, the purple moon dreamland. And that's Dave and Rose in Durst. So are these trolls good or evil? Morally gray. Everyone in this series is morally gray. You have to understand how cool this was. Back in like, this came out in like 2011, 2012. How long does this go on? Pretty long. Explain what this is? So the world pretty much just ended. And these guys are in the dream universe, trying to find the place. Oh my god, we're not even halfway through. Yeah. There's a lot of shit that happens. But like, the internet was insane at this. This is a reference to the intermissions. These are those characters because they've had their own stuff. And like, they enter the plot at this point as well. I said what it means being gray. Explain what that means? Oh, being morally gray? It means that they're not good or bad. They're neither. They're both, I guess. And then we zoom out. I actually don't remember this much of Cascade. I remember the beginning. But like, it's a huge thing. All my friends are dead. Oh my god, that's Earth. Holy shit. How many people were creating this? I don't know. I know that there was a music team, but like, there was a major pause before this. That's Dave Sprite and Jade Sprite. That's our dead Jade. Oh my god. It's crazy. Genuinely. And then Jade becomes the Witch of Time. Because there's a fuck ton of time fuckery. She gets a splash animation. Wow, she's a gacha character. Be glad that my lore video isn't this long. I'm thankful every minute. But I feel like this gives you a gist of like, kind of what I'm pulled from when it comes to lore, weirdly enough. There's John. And Our Lady. The White Queen's ring. She's gonna pick it up. Everything is green, red, and gray. Not everything. You have John. John's blue. Durst is purple. Fuck yeah! Hello, Splash the Cash! I'm explaining Homestuck to my audience. Girly Pop is literally fucking juggling planets, bro. Literally saving the world. Oh god. At least this isn't like my trauma, where we came back from pause and everyone fucking died. There's Gamzee after a murder streak. You thought it was over. And I'm literally making a part in the story where I'm hunting treasures with Gumi. Oh, cute! Cute! I think this is the introduction of this planet. Maybe. Is this the introduction of the dance lessons? Or no? I forgot, to be honest with you. It's been so long. All the other trolls. Oh yeah, the color on their shirts, by the way, for the trolls, is their blood color. And that dictates their class. So are we in Planet Zero? I don't think we're in Planet Zero. No. Dave and Rose. Crazy violin solo. Yeah, this was from the days of the Lindsay Sterling. Back when she had like crazy numbers. So there was influence there. And then she put on the ring. So she turned into the White Queen. And now she's gonna try and kill that guy. Who? You don't know who Lindsay Sterling is? So now, more timey-wimey bullshit. And they're like, that's the end of the act! This is how we feel! But yeah, as you can tell, there's a reason why no one tries to explain the lore of Homestuck. There's a reason why, when you're like, hey, so what is Homestuck actually about? You cannot get a, like, real answer. Because how do you explain this shit? The one who, like, dances and play violin. A lot of electric violin, I think. Yeah. Yeah, her. Her. Rollin, do me a favor and look up Shatter Me feat Lizzie Hale. I don't even know what that is. But yeah, if you've noticed, the Twig lore video has the bracket S format, and it is animated like a Homestuck thing, and it has Megalovania, which is also a Homestuck. That entire video is a Homestuck reference. I want you to know. I need you to know that that is a Homestuck reference. That entire fucking video, the concept of it even, is a Homestuck reference. I came into it being like, we're gonna do a Homestuck. And then we did indeed do a Homestuck. And then it was fun. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, some of the Homestuck pauses were months to years. Twig is a Homestuck reference. I see. I am sometimes a Homestuck reference. I am not all of the time a Homestuck reference, but I am sometimes a Homestuck reference. And when I am a Homestuck reference, no one knows that I am a Homestuck reference because no one read Homestuck except for the Homestucks I met at the convention. You have to know, when they passed the booth, like, they did not come up to me being like, oh my god, Twig. No, I shouted from the booth, oh my god, Homestucks in the year 2026. I shouted for them. I need a clean look at your lore by Friday, Twig. No, I'm not doing that. That's impossible, actually, I think. We tried on stream. I think it's impossible. I genuinely do. Shaking my head. Wiki speed. Is it all up to date with the wiki? Did we update all of the wiki? Question mark? I don't know. I don't think we did. I think there's a lot about my lore that isn't in the wiki. But yeah, that lore video was crazy. Anyways. All of the lore in her wiki is just her laws. Definitely not, but it's a good starting point. It is like a very good basic overview of Twig is the president, here are her laws. She might time you out, but it's for the sillies. I don't think any actual lore about, like, the snail or, like, the trials that we had about the snail or any of that, were there. I don't think we had any of those. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm gonna find someone to raid, so thank you guys for being here. I was so excited to be here because, I miss streaming. I missed coming on here and yapping. It's a very, like, relaxing time for me when I get to, like, vibe. End quotes. I'm gonna link said lore video unless you stop me. You can link that lore video. I have the trial on there. I remember writing that. Oh, you do? Is it in the, like, the thing? Is it in the thing? The timeline, or is it in the lore section? That's what I meant. I'm so good at words. I am so good at words. Wow, like, no one's streaming right now. No one is streaming. Huh. You know what? We're just gonna look at cute baby animals from Nippon TV. And we're gonna raid into animals. No need to twig them. I'm getting the hiccups. I'm gonna go take a shit and then go to bed, and then on Friday I'm gonna be so bright-eyed and bushy tails. Can I suggest a streamer, Twig? Nope, I've decided on cute animals. You guys are getting cute animals. I think next stream, if my trackers are completely charged, I might change it to be a performance, because I feel like it's been a while since you guys have actually gotten, like, idle content from me. And now that I know that I can stream performances, why not? Why not? Unless you guys prefer me theory crafting food. I'll make a community post, poll on it. But, until then, stay snazzy. Goodbye!